So guys, kamakailan naglabas si Motorola ng kanilang first ever na 200 MP megapixel na camera sensor. And I guess they are the first one to have it released sa market, no? And I'm really intrigued kung how good ang 200 MP na camera is really. Kasi in the past, ang dami mga naka 108 pero well, of course, some are good, some are, well, not that good, and some are worse. So, ito, first ever, 200 MP, gusto natin i-check kung how good is good. So, tara, unbox muna tayo. So, hi guys, ako pala si Rich mo ng Gadget Sidekick and welcome back to my channel. And this is the MOTO X30 Pro. And kita natin the box is plain and simple. So, let's just quickly unbox this for you. So, upon opening, kita natin ganito ang packaging niya, si Motorola. So, we'll just quickly slide it out. So, ganito ang itsura ng phone at the back. So, very plain and simple, matte finish siya. And andito ang emblem no, ng Motorola. And of course, ito ang main camera module, the 200 MP na sensor. But first, let's simply check other things inside the box. Meron tayong case na meron pang etching no, ng emblem ni Motorola, pati sa ilalim, naka-print. So, looks good and manipis siya. At pag sinalpak mo sa likod ng phone, it looks simply like this. Halos same lang sa likod ng phone. So, inside we have some QR code, quick start guide, warranty card, and SIM ejector tool. By the way guys, itong MOTO X30 Pro is only available yet in China. Have yet to see ang kanyang global release, but as of now, it's still China ROM. We have your C2C cable and ang kanyang 125 watts na fast charging brick. So let me give you a quick phone tour. Sa ilalim ang kanyang loudspeaker, microphone in, Type-C port, and of course kanyang SIM tray. Susundutin lang natin ang SIM tray. Tinanong natin kung meron siyang expansion. And apparently, dalawang 5G SIM ang kaya na i-support. So normally mga flagship phones, madalang tayo makakita ng magsusupport ng memory card. So very, very rare. And on the other side, ang dyan ang kanyang power button na meron siya parang grip, no? Which is kind of good, looking good for me. And of course, ang dyan ang kanyang volume rocker. Sa likod ang kanyang triple camera lens na starting with the main sensor na 200 MP. Sa ibabaw kanyang noise cancelling mic and meron print na Dolby Atmos together with some antenna bands. Sa kabila, malinis and of course, some antenna band. Turning on the screen, this is how it looks like ang interface netong UI ni Motorola. And ang tawag pala sa UI netong phone neto is MYUI. And this phone is equipped with 8 gigs of RAM plus 3 gigs of RAM boost. So meaning more snappier response. Then of course, ang kanyang storage is 120 gigs of storage. And it's a MYUI version 4.0 inside the Android 12 na system. So one thing na gustuhan ko dito is definitely ang kanyang curved screen. So I'm really somebody who loves to use curved screen. Kahit in the past, nung unang labas ng curved screen, nag-adapt ako. And what I like about curved screen is pag nagsuswipe ka from left to right and right to left, ang smooth, walang sabit. Lalo na kung nagmamadali ka. There are sometimes, lalo na sa mga flat na screen, mga makanto, medyo masakit. Lalo na kung nagsuswipe ka together with a tempered glass. And so, para sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam, Motorola is now being owned by Lenovo as being printed here dahil binayout na sila ni Lenovo kamakailan lang. And of course, right now, gusto natin pag-usapan a little bit more about yung specs. So this one is being equipped with a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. It's a 4nm chip. It's the latest na meron na may o-offer ni Qualcomm. And gusto natin tingnan ang kanyang benchmark. Ang taas ng kanyang points, no? Probably one of the highest na nakita ko so far for me sa aking channel. So it's eclipsing 1.055 million points. So, medyo mataas nga ng score. And it's quite impressive na kaya ibigay ni Motorola at this type of points na normally, you can only see sa mga gaming phones na na-review natin in the past. Multitasking on this phone, definitely maning-mani lang sa kanya. Walang kaproblema. Kahit anong apps buksan mo dito, halos mabilis naman siya. Very snappy. Magbukas ka ng browser, halos isang click lang, open na siya. Magbukas ka ng Play Store, halos isang click lang, bukas na rin siya. Ganito kabilis siya. One thing that I like din dito sa kanya is ang ganda ng kanyang home screen. Nagbabago siya based dun sa yung animation sa likod. It's more yung sa constellation. And ang ganda. promise, I kind of like yung kanyang background na moving wallpaper, in live wallpaper nitong phone na ito by default. Itong phone na ito is 6.7-inch na OLED display. It can display up to 1 billion of colors and probably one of the first time na nakita ko on a flagship phone na hindi gaming level, 144 Hz of screen refresh rate together with a max brightness of 1200 nits. That's definitely very bright. And of course, ang kanyang pixel density is 393 ppi. Now, there are some features dito na okay rin siya i-turn on when you're using this. It's the attentive display, meaning pag tinitingnan mo ang screen, mag-on siya. Which is parang binabasa niya ang inyong mata. Pwede mo rin i-turn on ang edge light dito para makita mo yung edge display mo when may tumatawag sa'yo. So, meaning yung gilid umiilaw. Pwede mo rin ilaro ang kanyang colors dito. Either you set it to a more natural or a more saturated color. Depende sa taste ninyo. Watching videos on this one, sobrang enjoy ako dahil sa kanyang refresh rate, ang taas, ang ganda ng kanyang color reproduction dito sa phone na ito. The black is black and of course, the color is really punchy. Watching some of my favorite videos on YouTube is definitely delightful and of course, sabi ni DRM Info, it has a level 1 na Wi-Fi security level, meaning of course you can watch all of the HD na gusto nyo mapanood, mga sinusubaybayan nyo on Netflix and on your other favorite online streaming apps na madalas nyong gamitin. Ang battery size nito phone na ito is 4,610 mAh and kaya na mag-fast charge up to 125 watts na fast charging and also kaya rin niya mag-fast wireless charging up to 50 watts. So, tinry natin i-drain ng phone na ito down to 10%. Sinarge ko, pabalik na 100. It only takes me 24 minutes just to complete the full cycle. Mabilis na siya and I'm really surprised. Though, yung charging brick, medyo mainit konti pagtapos ng charging. Medyo impressed naman ako sa kanyang battery life dahil kaya niya mag-surpass na 14 hours and 30 minutes na screen on time dito sa phone na ito. Tinest natin to setting it on 144 Hz of screen refresh rate. So, meaning, if sinet natin to sa 60, this could have been higher. Maybe additional 2 hours at the very least. Dahil 144 Hz, medyo mataas mag-consume ng battery and nakapag-achieve pa siya ng ganito kataas na screen on time. On regular day usage, okay siya. Kaya naman na magtagal ng 1 whole day based on my normal usage. Of course, naka-turn on din 144 Hz of screen refresh rate. Meaning, okay na okay siya. Goods na goods ang kanyang battery life. So, browsing on my favorite social media apps like Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, okay siya. Very smooth dahil sa kanyang okay na screen refresh rate and ang kanyang OLED na display. Playing game titles like Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG, ML, and of course Genshin Impact, kayang-kaya, walang problema, mani-manila sa kanya dahil ang taas. Dahil sa kanyang processor na it can give you the best gaming performance on a flagship phone other than mga gaming phones. This one kahit hindi siya gaming phone but the performance na binibigay dito sa akin is probably at par with a gaming phone. Probably the only thing na medyo bitin para sa akin is ang kanyang sound. Hindi siya sobrang lakas, katamtaman lang but you could use your favorite TWS just to enhance yung audio experience mo on this phone. Gaming experience on this phone, masasabi ko it's definitely great dahil sa kanyang magandang processor together with 144 Hz of screen refresh rate and ang kanyang OLED display. Gaming is really great on this flagship phone. So I was able to try it out on some of the titles like CODM, ML, PUBG, and Genshin Impact. Lahat yan kaya-kaya na magtakbo ng halos wala ako na-feel na frame drops. Now, ang kanyang display is definitely nice and the game experience is really nice dahil it's giving me probably one of the better experience on a flagship phone na na-try ko for year 2022. The only thing na medyo napansin ko is medyo umiinit dito somewhere around here. Maabot siya ng around mga 42 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Depende sa tagal ng laro ninyo. But that's the average na nakukuha ko on my laser thermometer. But you can always use a cooler just to bring down the temperature kung matagal kayo maglalaro. Now, another thing na napansin ko dito is yung kind of stereo sounds is not sobrang immersive. Maybe I have higher expectation for this phone. And dahil tuned siya ni Dolby Atmos, I was expecting something better. But of course, you can always use your Bluetooth TWS just to give you that better sound and solong-solo mo when you're watching videos and playing games. Now, pag-usapan natin probably the most interesting topic dito sa phone na ito, it's the camera division. So, 200 MP ang kanyang main na camera sensor equipped with OIS and ang kanyang aperture is 2.0. And it also comes with a 50 MP na ultra-wide lens na may aperture na 2.2 together with a 12 MP na telephoto lens na optical up to 2 times the optical zoom ang kaya na ibigay sa'yo. And ang recording nito, it can be as high as 8K 30 FPS. And ang kanyang camera sa harap is also pretty nice. 60 MP na aperture 2.2 na front-facing camera can record up to 4K 30 FPS. And dahil sa sobrang excitement natin, I was able to bring this outdoors to be able to take some really nice shots. And I was impressed with all of the outdoor shots na nakuha ko. Everything is clear, everything is sharp. And tinry naman natin kumuha ng some 200 MP na sample shots. I was wondering kung anong meron dito sa kanya dahil pag zoom natin ng sobra-sobra, medyo blurry pa rin siya. I was expecting na medyo malinaw naman siya dahil nakafocus naman dito sa bulaklak na ito. But nevertheless, probably the 200 MP right now is still a gimmick. Maybe in the near future, it could have been better. But as of the moment, it's just the way it is. But yung mga normal shots niya is definitely outstanding sa outdoors. Now guys, itong phone na ito is priced right now at 38,000 pesos na nakita natin sa Lazada. I'll be linking everything on the description below if you want to check it out. Pwede nyo i-click ang link sa baba dahil yun ang the official link na nabilhan natin nitong Motorola X30 Pro. So ano tingin ko dito sa phone na ito? Well, ang dami naman ng flagship na naglabasan at this price point and I believe na ang kanyang camera, well, okay, magandang kanyang camera but yung kanyang 200 MP na camera is probably more of a gimmick as of the moment. Wala mo nakita ng special feature sa kanyang 200 MP. Some other 108 MP can even outperform kanyang 200 MP and well, I think Motorola could keep improving. But overall, I can say that this flagship is definitely nice. Hindi lang naman siya okay pang photo, pang gaming, okay siya, matagal nga ng battery life, and overall feel, smooth siya. Well, at par. Kaya na makipag head-to-head, toe-to-toe sa ibang mga flagship from other brands. So guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, click na rin bell icon para hindi nyo ma-miss ang future uploads dito sa aking channel. So ako nga pala si Richmond and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. What's up?